Worksheet 5. So solve system of equations. Let's see the first one. So we still have two equations, and each equation will have two variables. We have x, we have y. People are talking about a couple methods, like a substitution method, elimination method. Let's try a substitution method first. So from the first one we can rewrite as x equals to 4 minus 2y, right? So basically we'll move the positive 2y from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, becomes negative. Now we can substitute this value of x into the second one. So in the second we have 2 times x. Now x we write as 4 minus 2y. 4 minus 2y plus y equals to 1. Now you see this equation will only have two variables and no more x. So x is being substituted into 4 minus 2y. Now we distribute this 2. So 2 times 4, we get 8. 2 times negative 2y, get a negative 4y plus y equals to 1. Combine like terms, negative 4y plus y will negative 3y. And this 8, positive 8, we're going to move to the right-hand side. It becomes negative. Positive this side, move to the other side, becomes negative. So 1 minus 8, we have negative 7. Divide by negative 3 on both sides. So y equals to positive 7 over 3. Then we can substitute into this. Now we know y. So 4 minus 2 times y is 7 over 3. So that equals 4 minus 2 times 4. So this 2 will only multiply by the numerator. So 2 times 7 will get 14 divided by 3. Now we need a common denominator of 3. We multiply 3 over 3 for 4. Get a 12. We change 4 to be 12 divided by 3 minus 14 divided by 3. So now we have common denominators. We only have read once. We perform the operation of a minus with the numerators. 12 minus 14, get negative 2. Normally, we write negative sign up front. So negative 2 over 3. So that is a solution for the system. Oh, actually, the first one is saying determine if 2, negative 3 is the solution of the system. Wow. I'll check that later. So we have x equals negative 2 over 3. So the first member is always x value. The y value is 7 over 3, always the second member. Okay, so this is a substitution method. So also I'm going to show you elimination method, but let's check to see if 2 comma negative 3 is a solution. It's not actually, right? We can tell. The solution is this. Right? It's only one solution. So this one is not a solution. But how do we check? We don't have to go this far to check. We see, okay, so this is x value. This is a y value. Let's check the first equation. So x2 plus 2 times negative 3. That is 2 minus 6. That is a negative 4. But on the right-hand side, we have positive 4. So right away, we know that's not a solution of this system. So that's easy. But now I want to show you elimination method. Elimination means we want to eliminate one variable from this. So what do we want to do? We want to have the same, we want the variables in the first equation and the second equation, the same variable, have the same coefficient. This is the second one. Let's see, we want to get rid of x. We want to eliminate x. The second equation will have 2x. So we want to make the first one also have 2x or negative 2x. If we make a negative 2x, we add the two equations. If we make a 2x, we subtract two equations. Well, let's try to make a negative 2x. So that means we want to multiply negative 2 with everyone. So negative 2 times x, negative 2x, negative 2 times 2y, negative 4y. Then 4 times negative 2, negative 8. So we change the first equation into this. Now let's rewrite the second equation, 2x plus y equals to -1. So we want to eliminate x. So we want to add. So when we add those two, we get 0. That's how we eliminate one variable. So -4y plus y, that's -3y. -a plus -1, -9. Oh, I think I made a mistake, the first one. So divided by -3, we have positive 3, right? So -9 divided by -3, y equals to positive 3. Now, x plus, we go back to the first equation of 2 times 3 equals to 4. So x plus 6 equals to 4. Then x equals to -2, right? 4 minus 6, that's -2. So the solution is -2, comma 3. So which means my first calculation of using substitution method made a mistake. Okay. So let's try substitution method again. So from the first one, we rewrite x as 4 minus 2y. Then the second equation, we do 2 times 4 minus 2y. Then we plus y. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, what happened? Let's see. Equals to -1. Oh, I think I did a positive one. I forgot that there's a negative sign. So we have 2 times 4, that's 8. 2 times -2y, that's -4y. Then plus y equals to -1. That's exactly, I made a mistake. Yeah, I wrote this -1 as positive 1. So move a to the other side, becomes a negative. Then -4y plus y, that's -3y. Then -9, so y equals to positive 3. Then go back to either equation to solve for x, all right? Okay, let's see the second one. Let's see the second one, then also we want to graph it. So solve by graphing. We could apply elimination method or substitution method to try the answers for this. Actually, this one, if we want to solve this system of equation, we probably use a substitution method because y is already written in terms of x plus 2. So how do we solve by graphing? We just draw the graph of each equation. Let's draw the graph of the first equation. Let's see if x equals 0, we get a y equals to 0, right? Because -3 times 0 would be 0. So we have the origin on the graph. Now, if we let x to be 1, let's see, x equals to 1. So we have -3 times 1 plus y equals to 0. Then -3 plus y equals to 0. Move -3 to the other side, become positive, so y equals to 3. So we have 1, 3 point, right? X value is 1, y value is 3. So 1, 3. Right? Sometimes if you're not so confident with your calculation, you evaluate third point as a checkpoint. But normally with the 2 points, we can graph. Now, of course, we can go to the other end. It's just a straight line, it goes on forever. Yeah, that's the line. That's the first equation. Let's use red color to draw the second equation. So for the second equation, if x equals to 0, if x equals to 0, y would be 2, right? Because 0 plus 2 is 2. So I have 0, 2 point. 0, 2. X value is 0, y value is 2 here. If y equals 0, well, let's see x equals 1 is easy, right? So y is equals to 1 plus 2, which is 1 plus 2, which is 3. So we have 1, 3 point. So 1, 3 at this point. You see, they intersect at this point. Where they intersect is the solution of the system. So a little longer. Other side. Yeah. So this is solving by graphing. So we see the blue line is the first equation, the red line is the second equation. They intersect at this point. At this point is 1, 3. The blue line goes through 1, 3. The red line goes through 1, 3. The first one, remember our solution is -2, +3. So that means those two lines intersect at this point, -2, 3. Now let's see 3. Okay, 3 wants us to solve by substitution method. Substitution. So we see y is solved, right? Y is in terms of x. So for the second equation, we rewrite x term, but now we substitute y with 2x plus 9. That equals to 9. Then we distribute this -4. Right? So get 3x minus -2 times -4 times 2x, -8x, -4 times 9, -36. That equals to 9. 3x minus 8x, -5x. Move -36 to the other side, become +36. So 9 plus 36, that's 45. Divided by -5 on both sides. 45 divided by -5, get -9. So once x will get -9, so y equals to 2 times x, -9 plus 9. That's -18 plus 9, which is -9. So the solution is -9, -9. The substitution method. So this thing by addition method. Addition method, sometimes called elimination method. So let's see the first one, the first equation. So we want to get rid of one of the variables, eliminate one of the variables by making the two variables having the same or opposite scalar or coefficient. So one thing we could do is maybe we multiply with a negative first. In that case, we can make a -5y, then we add. So by doing so, we get -5 times 2x and -10x. -5 times y, -5. Then on the right hand side, -9 times 5, -35. Rewrite the second equation as 3x plus equals to 4. Now let's add those two equations. So -10x add 3x, -7x. -5y plus 5y, that becomes 0. That's how we eliminate the y term. -45 plus 4 is -41. Okay? -41. No, this is not such a good number, eh? Let's see, -10x, -7, yes. 5y, yes. 45, yes. So we did that a fraction. So x equals 31 divided by 7. Then we go back to find y. So we use the first equation for 2 times x, 41 divided by 7, plus y equals to -1. So 2 times 41, that's 2. Well, we need a common denominator of 7, so we multiply 7 by 7. -63 divided by 7. The minus, -63 minus 82 is negative. We have two fractions actually. X value is 41 over 7. Y value is over 7. Okay, let's see 5. Look at the system below and look at which one is an inconsistent system. Okay, what is an inconsistent system? And which has a dependent equations. How many solutions do they have? Well, inconsistent means the two equations indeed are the same one. It's like me, in different days, the same me, but in Monday I wear this, Tuesday I wear that, so I wear different clothes, but it's still me. Let's see the first one. So the first equation we have x minus 2y equals 1. The second one we have 3x minus 6y equals to 2. And this one is not inconsistent, right? Because if we multiply by 2 for the first equation, we would get 2x minus 4y equals to 2. And it's different from the second one. The second one is 3x minus 6y equals to 2, right? So this one is not inconsistent. No, let's say second one. Second one, if we multiply by 2 with everyone, for the first equation, we get 2x equals to ay minus 2. If we move ay to the left-hand side, we get 2x minus ay equals to negative 2. Compare those two, they're exactly the same, right? So that means the first one is just the second one in disguise. And after we multiply by 2, we see those two equations are exactly the same. So this system is called inconsistent system. How many solutions they have? They have infinite many solutions because they're the same line, right? They're basically the same line. If you draw the second line, it will overlap the first line. So every point will meet. So it's called an inconsistent system that have infinite many solutions. Let's see 6. 6 word problem. At the store, fish sell for $8 each and mice sell for $5 each. On Sunday, a total of 20 fish and mice were sold for a total of this much, $139. How many fish were sold on Sunday? How many mice were sold on Sunday? Okay, let's call F many fish sold on Sunday and M many mice sold on Sunday. So we know total 20 is sold. So that means F plus M equals to 20 of them. We don't know how many of each yet, but we know total 20 being sold. How much money being made? $139. How much is each fish? Each fish sells for $8. The total amount of money from fish is 8 times F. And the $5 for each mice. How many of them? And many of them. So the total is 5 times N. So by doing so, we have made a system of equations. Right, now we want to solve this. We can use the elimination method or substitution method. Let's try elimination method. Let's multiply by A with everyone. A times F, A times N, and 20 times 8. Then we subtract. We could multiply by negative 8, then we add. Same thing as we multiply by positive 8, then we subtract. When we subtract, these two become 0. 8m minus 5m. 20 times 8, that's 160. 160 minus 139. 1, 5, 2 is 21. So how many mice? 7. 21 divided by 3, that's 7. Well, total 20, so fish is 20 minus, which is 13. So there are 13 fish sold on Sunday. That's 7 mice sold on Sunday. Let's see 7. Albert and Ben inherited $200,000 from their grandfather. They each decided to put their money into savings account for 1 year, and then decide how to spend them. Albert's money earned 5% interest, and Ben's earned 3.8%. Together, their money earned this much in interest. So that's a lot. How much did each of them inherit? All right. So let's see. Albert inherit much, $8, and Ben inherit the B much. So A plus B equals to $200,000. And then the interest they made is for Albert, the 5% of A plus 3.8% of B together is the interest. It's $8,608. Right. So we have made a system of equations. Well, maybe that we change the second one. How do we change the second one? We want to multiply by 100 because we don't want to deal with the percentage. Let's multiply by 100 to get rid of the percentage. So in that case, we get 40 plus 3.8 equals to 36, adding two zeros. Then this one's 8 plus 400. Well, we could use elimination method or substitution method. Let's try elimination method. So let's multiply by 5 with everything for the first equation. Then the first equation we write let's use. So 5A plus 5B equals to multiply by 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Then how many zeros will have 5 zeros? So 1 million. Now let's use the green color, subtract the red color. 5 subtract 5A is gone, 0. 5B minus 3.8B is 1.2B. Then 1 million minus this, put 2 zeros in the end. So this we get a 2, we get 9. 9 we get 3. Then 9 we get a 1. You can add back to see if that's 1 million. 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 8 plus 2, that's 10, carry on to 9, that's 10, carry on to 3 and 6, that's 10, carry on to 1, that's 10, yes. Then we divide both sides by 1.2. So divide both sides by 1.2. You know, probably use the calculator. I'm not gonna go to get this answer by multiplying them. Okay, so that's this one. Still we form system of equations. Let's see, 8. How many gallons of 15% alcohol? So we have this 15% alcohol solution. And how many gallons of 40% alcohol solution? So we have two kinds. One is 15%, one is 40%. Should mix to get a 20 gallons of 30% alcohol solution. All right. So let's call this the first one, maybe call X. Let's call it 15% X, 40%, because all start with F. Let's call the second one Y, 40% Y. So we know X plus Y equals to 20 gallons, right? The total 20 gallons here. And when So 15% of X plus 40% of Y, that would be 30% of 20 gallons. Again, we have made system of equations, right? For the second one, again, we don't want to deal with the percentage, so how do we get rid of them? We multiply every term with 100. Because percent, remember 15%, what is 15%? 15% is just 15 divided by 100 with a denominator of 100. So when we multiply 100, we get rid of the denominator. So multiply by 100, we get a 15x plus 40y equals to 30 times 20, which is 600. So for the first equation, maybe let's multiply by 15. Actually, see this equation, we can simplify by 5, right? If we divide by 5, 15 divided by 5, we get 3x. 40 divided by 5, we get 8y. 600 divided by 5, what do we get? We get a 120, right? Yes. Then first equation, maybe you multiply by 3, 3x, 3y times 3, because we can get rid of 3x. Then we subtract this equation with this equation. When we subtract, let's subtract from this direction. 3x subtract 3x is 0. Ay subtract 3y, we got a 5y. 120, so 20 times 3, of course, is 60. 120 subtract 60, that's 60. 60 divided by 5, that's 12. So y equal to 12. X plus y equal to 20. The x equal to 20 minus 12, which is 8. So that means we need 8 gallons of 15% alcohol and 12 gallons of 40% of alcohol to mix to get a 20% of 30% alcohol solution. Okay, now let's see 9. After depositing some 16 coins, right, with nickels quarters into a piggy bank, Sally has $2 in it. How many nickels and how many quarters did Sally put in her piggy bank? Let's see. She had N many nickels and Q many quarters. So N plus Q total, 16 coins. And the nickels is 5 cents, right? 5 cents of nickels. Let's use cents. Because if we use dollars, 5 cents, we have to do 0.05. And quarters are 25 cents. So 25 quarters. So 5N is how much money in nickels. 25 quarters is how much money in quarters. Together, $2 or 2 times 100, which need to be cents. So we have made a system of equations. This one we can simplify with 5. Let's divide everybody by 5. Divided by 5, divided by 5, divided by 5, get 20, right? So get N plus 5Q equals to 2 times 20, which is 40. Now we can subtract because we have N, so let's subtract. So N subtract N will get 0. 5Q minus Q, that's 4Q. 40 minus 16, that's how much? That's 34, isn't it? No, 24. 24. So 24 plus 16, that's 40. So divided by 4, so Q equals 6. Well, Q equals 6, and nickels, so quarter, 6 quarters, and nickels is 16 minus 6, which is 10. So there are 10 nickels and 9 quarters and 6 quarters. Let's see 10. A boat can travel 16 miles up a river in 2 hours. The same boat can travel 36 miles downstream in 3 hours. So what is the speed of the boat in still water? In still water, that means no current. The current has no speed. So what is the speed of the current? All right. So let's see, this is a river. Let's just consider that. So this is a river, right? When the boat goes down, the speed is the boat speed plus the current speed, right? The current speed plus the boat speed. When the boat goes up, is the boat speed minus the current speed because it has to go against the current, right? So now we want to make an equation. So the boat can travel 16 miles up. So the distance, 16 miles up. So 16 miles up, right? When it goes up, the speed is b minus c. B minus c. How many hours? In 2 hours. So that equals to 2. Speed, distance. So we can do this. Distance equals to speed, speed use s, multiplied by time. Well, we can rewrite this equation as 16 equals to 2 times the speed is b minus c, right? And then going downstream, that's 36 miles equals to time is 3. The speed is b plus the current. So we have made a system of 2 equations. Right. So the first equation we can divide by 2. Right? When we divide by 2, we get 8 equals to b minus c. The second one we can divide by 3. 36 divided by 3, we get 12. 12 equals b plus c. Now we can add those 2 equations. When we add, c plus minus c becomes 0. A plus 12, we get 20. B plus b, we get 2b. So b equals to 20 divided by 2, we get 10. So the speed of boat is 10. What about the speed of current? We can use either equation to solve for that, right? So this one saying 8 equals 10 minus c. So c equals to 2, because 10 minus 2 is 8. So the speed of current is 2 miles per hour. The speed of the boat is 10 miles per hour. I think 10 is the last one. Yes. Okay, that's it. That's today's class. All right.